Hi, this is Chantal from the Purring Cat Studio and welcome back to my channel. You probably recognize this. This is my idea journal and I had an idea today. One is an idea I saw another crafter do and I just wanted to put it in my idea journal so I don't forget about it for when I make a journal, like the one I'm making right now, this beautiful tiny journal. And I've actually went through my 6 pages, I think, of journal to find an idea because I was, wondering what am I going to do with each of these pages. So just to show you how useful this little idea journal is going to be. Nevertheless, so yes, I had another idea and this one's mine. Now maybe it's been done before, I wouldn't know, because this time it really came from my head, but it could have come out of somebody else's head too. Like I said, I don't pretend I'm reinventing the wheel. So before I forget this idea, I thought maybe I could do it and film it and show you. So see you on the other side of the intro. Okay, so here is the idea. Okay, so now I think we're on I think this would be page 7, but I'm not sure. So this is what we've done so far. Now I'm not going to open and flip every pockets and envelope. If you want to see the process, if you want to see the ideas, I do invite you to go see the other videos of this journal. And okay, so I'm gonna choose to do it here. Hold on, I did pre-glue these, I think. Yes, I did. Okay, perfect. So this is the idea I had. So I'm gonna put this aside for now because it's only gonna be in the way. I have 2 pieces of watercolor paper, but I know not everybody has it. But again, I'm showing you ideas that I have to put in my journals. And of course, if you want to do those, make these ideas, of course, I think it'd be nice, but I know that not everybody has watercolor paper and watercolor, whether it's pencils or whatever. I have all kinds of watercolors. This is just what I chose for this project. So the idea is I'm going to create a mini palette, and I will incorporate it in a journal one day. Maybe not the small one I'm doing, although I could, but it would have to be a very miniature sized palette. This is bigger. I wanted the example to fit this journal, right? Where you invite the person who will have this journal to paint, because you know how let me show, hold on, I put this away too fast. Okay, let me just show you a page where I actually did that. Okay, well here, see, there's a bit of watercolor smudging here, again here, or maybe this was with Stabilo, but Stabilo is water soluble, so it's pretty much the same as watercolor. So yeah, so sometimes I'll do color around my stuff, right, in my journal or in my spreads, like hold on, I'm gonna show you just so you know. Oops, that's not the right one. Hold on, I should have taken it before I started filming. I'm sorry about that. Give me a second, because you know my studio is not full of stuff as it is. Okay, so like in this spread, this is my art journal that I started with you. No, not with you. I didn't film this. There was a whole story. But anyways, this is watercolor, right? That I put, and this is not watercolor paper. I just managed to, do something with it. So it's nice to do. It's nice to put in your journals. It's nice to decorate because, in those journals that we receive or we give, people will write entries. You know, they'll write their day, or they'll write a memory or something. That's why we give them. And why not let them also paint in it, right? They can use watercolor to contour a picture that they just glued in, or they can paint the backdrop of a page, let it dry, and then write over it. They can do whatever they want, right? And I think this is also a nice thing for them to try and paint, because I will also give them a piece of watercolor paper. So I will start the swatching. I will probably fast forward this process because it's kind of, well, it's kind of boring. Here we go. Okay, so these are the color swatches that will be offered to the person with the journal. And now I'm just gonna go grab, let me think, if gesso would be good, or okay, so here's my idea. If you have white gesso, you can use it. If you have a gloss medium, you can use that. If you don't have anything, don't do anything, and I'll show you why later. But I have both, so let me just think what would, okay, I'm gonna use this. So what I'm doing right now is yeah, I know I'm using my finger, it's just simpler. I'm gonna cover the base of this card with, why did I put it on this finger? I'm a righty, don't mind me. Okay, so I'm gonna cover the base of this card with a gloss medium. I'm gonna, okay. You know what would be really nice is if I could cover, I didn't think this through, but I'm having another idea right now, is I should have put gloss between the colors, and now I am unsure. Oh, I have a brush here. I'll go to use this. Maybe it'll work. I don't want to cover the paint. The paint. It's watercolor paints, but just between them. Get very careful. I should have done this before, but I just thought of it as I'm doing this with you guys. I know it looks strange right now. You'll see where I'm going. Okay. Now, maybe I should have tested this before. Are we surprised I haven't? Don't be surprised, people. Okay, now I just picked up some yellow, so in real life, when you do it, you be smarter than me and do it before, so you can make some kind of a grid, I think it's called in English, a grid, and then put your colors in the little squares that you haven't put the medium in. So, okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna dry this because I do have the dryer, and why wait since I'm filming? So let's dry this. Hi, this is voiceover again. Don't worry, it doesn't last. We'll go back to the normal video in a second. I had to do voiceover because I realized the music playing on my TV was too loud and competing with the music I put in my background. So you're not missing much anyways. I'm just writing your palette on this piece of watercolor paper and explaining to you that I just made a mistake because I cannot remember how you write the word palette in English. So, because I speak two languages and I get confused, and sometimes I don't know how to write in either one of the languages I know. So anyways, I thought it'd be nice to write your palette and then maybe mix colors here just to tell the people what to do with this piece of paper. And now on this piece, I will write paint here. So when we put it in the journal, it'll be nice because you will see the paint here and then the palette and mix here. I'm explaining now that maybe putting it together might not be a good idea if you want it to swivel, let's say, because it will be out of balance for the people to mix their colors, and with water it will move on the mixing spot. So it's just better to maybe just glue the page to the journal and then maybe put the palette on top with maybe a little clip. Now, of course, I always decorate my pages, and so this is what I'm doing right now. I was deliberating doing the decorations while I was doing the video, but then this is my idea journal, and on every page I've done so far, I've showed you the decoration process and the idea that I'm trying to put in the journal. So I thought, well, why not keep going? So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to just make a nice background for this watercolor palette idea, and you know, I just decided to go ahead and do the decoration of the page because I always do in every other video I made in this idea journal. So that's what I'm doing right now, just, you know, adding bits and pieces of paper, and it won't take long because the rest of the page is covered with the watercolor paper. So I mean, I can't, there's no means for me to decorate, you know, the whole page is going to be hidden, but I do think it's nice to add some decorations, and just to keep also in line with my whole journal, because I am looking at it. It's really funny, and I've mentioned it before, I'm probably going to mention it again but the idea for this idea journal is for me to get inspiration. Like, I really sometimes just don't know what to do anymore, or I'm not inspired that day, but I do want to create. Just flipping through the pages sometimes gets me going. Just like when I watch other crafters on YouTube, it gets me going as well, because they're creating something beautiful, and then they make me want to go in my studio. And this journal is the same thing. I look through it, and because I made it beautiful, I decorate it. I just don't put ideas in there. I also pretend it's a whole, well, I don't have to pretend, it is a whole journal in which I just glue or write my ideas for future journals, and it becomes in itself a journal that I will keep and flip through many times. I'm sure I already did, and it's giving me great inspiration. So I hope it does for you too, and I hope you create one of your own. Okay, so this is the idea. This is the palette, and this would be the color mixing space. So I know this will work because it's all nice and smooth, but just to show you that you don't need it, I'm gonna show you with the one I did real quick for know, just to make sure that my idea worked. So I did a tiny bit of a swatch myself, and I'm gonna take one of my brush pens. I'm not gonna take one of my real watercolor brushes, so don't judge me on my quality of paint here. It's just to show you, okay? So the person could take, like, this is not smooth because I didn't apply the product that we just did, but actually, you know what? Why don't I just try on the real thing, since that's the whole idea. It's an idea journal, so it's not like I'm gonna ruin it. It's an idea journal. So, oops, I keep losing caps today. Okay, so the person would see this and then can choose the color. Let's choose the pink. I need a paper towel just in case. Okay, so let's choose pink, and the person could start painting a flower. So let me see, what could I paint just real quick? Something simple that I don't have my brush for, but you'll get the idea. So a little bit of more pink. Maybe a tiny bit of red. Now if she wanted to, the person wanted to mix, you can go right down here, and this becomes a mixing palette. I'm gonna add some yellow. I want a more orangey coral effect. There we go. Now I have this orangey. So that was the idea. See, the people you offer this to, whoever that is, might want to try and paint. I'm gonna need a tiny bit of yellow. Don't want it super yellow. Okay. Now this is not the brush I usually paint with, so bear with me here. It's not being super successful, but you get the idea. So the person could just enjoy a session in painting. Like, let's say this green is not the one I want. I'm gonna mix it with a tiny bit of blue. Make it a little darker with a tiny bit of black. Just a smidge. And then more green. There. Nice mixing palette. It's really hard to have water control with these, I find, these brushes, because the water comes out of them. So just a little thing I need to say here for whoever wanted to try these brushes. I personally don't really like them. I would rather use my brushes and water. I know they're supposed to be useful because the water is in there. You don't have to carry anything with water if you're on the go. I can totally understand it, but it's just not for me. I mean, I have no control here. I've never had so much trouble painting a flower. But anyways, this is not a watercolor session lesson. I was just wanting to show you that the person could paint on this. And there we go. So that is my idea. And as I've previously mentioned, oh, and look, because this is on shiny, there we go. And now it's ready to use again. because it doesn't seem like it, but there's a lot of pigment in there, and I could have put even more. I could also have used tube pigment and put a nice thick layer, not too thick, but thick enough, and let it dry properly, and then insert it in the journal for another time. So this is the idea. I'm gonna let this dry before I put it back in. I wanted you to see the idea. My poor little flower. That's all I could do with these brush pens. And now let's move to the other idea. This idea is, I want to say it's from, oh, I hope I'm not mistaken. I think it's from Happiness in Crafting. I'm fairly certain. As I've mentioned in my other videos, I do watch other crafters. I find it relaxing. I find it inspiring. A lot of times I don't end up doing anything they're showing me. It just gets me downstairs in my studio to start creating, really. You know, so, and this is what I also hope this will do for you. I mean, if you want to do the exact same thing I'm doing, that's perfect. But exact, you know what I mean? We don't have the same product, but in the same line, if you will. That's good too. But I don't expect anyone to just want to do everything I'm doing. Sorry, I'm very thirsty. Sorry if you hear all that, but oh my god, I was like so dehydrated I couldn't control myself anymore. Okay, so yes, I like to watch other creators. It inspires me, and also sometimes I find a lot of times I find their idea genius. And the good thing about that is I also know that they take their ideas from other people too, because they mention it. So I feel less guilty of taking the idea myself and showing it to you, because we don't all follow the same crafters for all kinds of reasons. And maybe you follow me because I'm also a beginner and I'm less intimidating. If that's the case, I am very happy to know that. But yeah, hold on. You know what? I haven't explained what I'm doing. Well, obviously I'm punching a hole, but I have to punch a hole in here too. So I'm gonna put it right there. Right here would be nice. Okay. This is so simple. It's gonna take like 30 seconds to do. Okay, I think I went through. Now let me. Oh. Wait, I forgot to take the thing that needs to go in there that I never know the name of. I say French fasteners because I don't know what else they are called. But now I had other ones. I had bigger ones and I don't know where I put them. So now I'm gonna have to use the small ones. So just give me a second. I'll go. Oh, I really wish I would have thought about it before I started the video. It's still gonna work, but it would have been better to have a bigger fastener, simply because it's a big piece of paper and I like to keep the small fasteners for the small items, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. I think I made a big enough hole. Otherwise the fastener will go through it. Okay, so we're just gonna put this through the whole 3 layers. So, oops. I'm gonna explain my process in a second. I'm sorry I didn't think about it. This is such an easy idea, but you know what? It's gotta go in my journal because I'll forget about it. And like I said, we do so many journals, so many things, we forget. We just forget. Okay, so here's the idea. I would decorate probably the inside of this, you know, like spray, or I know probably will stencil something, just so it's not so white. You know, actually I'm just gonna ink the edges just because we kind of see them. also. And if I do decorate, then it's gonna look strange that everything else is so white. So just bear with me. So the idea is simple. We're gonna glue this to the page, and I'm gonna take this clip off. I had to put it because I don't know if you saw at the beginning of the video, I kept fighting. And this becomes just something to attach the envelope with. So all I did was actually I could have glued the circle as well. I forgot to do that. Technically I should have glued the circle, but here, we're not too late. It doesn't matter because the circle will just, you know, spin as well, but it's nice to keep the circle in place. So I'm just gonna glue this, and then you would glue the other side too, but I don't want to keep you waiting just for that. So I am gonna glue the back of this to the page. You could use double-sided tape too. I just use glue all the time. Sometimes I'll use double-sided tape when I think about it. I mean, I have it, it's just I don't think about it. I have so much stuff on my desk right now, if you only saw. That's why I think I'm a little clumsy today. I should have cleared my desk, but I'm trying to upgrade my computer. I don't know what's going on. My computer is not old. I think it's 2 years old, 3 tops. And I have an antivirus, I have a virtual private network, a VPN installed, everything. And it is so slow. I can't even load the page like for Google, and I'm not impressed right now because I need this computer to download these and amongst other things, of course. So anyway, so there you go. So the idea is really simple. It's in the journal. So this is a big envelope because, you know, that's the envelope I had, but you can make yourself another smaller envelope. Like we tied this envelope here that I did in the other idea journal, idea journal video. We tied it with this, which is super nice. Awesome, I love it. But this is just another way of doing it, and I really liked it, and I'm fairly certain it's Happiness in Crafting. And yes, you choose the papers that would match. That, you know, I thought these matched with the envelope. You could write something here. What I would probably do is put a word or glue one, or write one, or stamp one. It could be journal, or it could be notes, whatever you feel. And then you open it, and then voila, it opens, and you have more journal space. I would probably hide this. Maybe not, because it, I don't know, does it need, no, it doesn't need to spin. So yeah, I would probably hide it, you know. I would put, you know, like I like to decorate, maybe I would only leave this for journaling, or maybe I would leave this and put something. There's all kinds of ways you can decorate. I don't have to tell you how to decorate, I'm sure. But that's the ideas for today. So now this is dry, perfect. I can put my little color palette back here, and I would leave the paint here visible because that way the person knows there's something behind all this, right? And there you go. That's the idea I had. I had this idea a while ago and I didn't do it, and today I had it again. And I thought, oh my gosh, before I forget again, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna film it, and I'm gonna show my beautiful viewers this simple idea. And then I saw this, like I said, a few days ago, I think, and I loved it. And I'm fairly certain it's from Happiness in Crafting. You can go check it out. She has beautiful videos as well. There's other crafters I look at their videos regularly, but I think in the past few days, I think that was hers. But anyways, it's super simple, and it's a great idea. So there you go. That was my page 7 of the idea journal. Once again, thank you very much to every single one of you who have subscribed to my channel. It is Oh my goodness, it brings me so much joy to think that you find what I do so interesting that you don't want to miss the next videos. It fills my heart with joy. So I really want to thank you. I'm really, really new at this, and oh my goodness, it really makes me want to, well, I mean, I already want to keep going, but you know what I mean? It encourages me to keep going in these moments of self-doubt that I have. You're showing me, no, there are people that want to see what I have to show, and so thank you so, so much. So this is it for me. I hope you have a great day or evening whenever you're watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.